Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we are going to actually do a little bit of educational tarot. I'm going to give you a spread that you can use yourself, and we're going to do it here today. It is a Face Your Fears spread. And this is to help you, get some courage and some growth in your life. Oh, my little candle stopped working. So I'm going to pull the cards. I'm going to explain each card. In the description, I'll put the spread, so I'll list everything. It's just a 3-card spread, but it is quite a quick and effective one. And we explore how to confront and overcome the fears that are holding you back. Okay, so we're going to dive into which fear is limiting you, where it originates, and how you can face it with courage. Because, basically bravery is doing the thing even though you're scared. So we don't tend to get courage or confidence until we do the thing. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to build up my confidence before I tackle the thing that scares me. And it's like, but tackling the thing that scares you will actually give you the confidence to keep going. And, this can be about your fears in relationships or your career or even your own personal growth. And so this reading will actually provide you some insights and guidance to help you break free. And we want everybody to be able to step into their power. So this is about you breaking free from your fears. This is about you stepping into your own power. It's about your own courage and bravery. And this is a very big deck. So as always, I'm struggling to actually shuffle the cards. I did do a couple big shuffles before I went on camera so that we all didn't have to watch me embarrass myself trying to shuffle this huge deck. This is the Halloween deck that I bought with the tips that you all put in my tip jar in September. So I wanted to make sure that any of the tip money that comes in gets spent on things that benefit everybody here. So we'll do readings with this deck until Halloween. And then I have my deck already picked out for November. So, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, you actually get to see the struggles of a tiny-handed tarot reader because it is almost impossible to shuffle this deck. But for the purposes of this reading, because we are not actually doing it for realsies, we are simply just doing a little practice to teach you how to do this reading. So we have card 1, we have card 2, and we have card 3. And that's all we need at the moment. So I'll put the deck over here. So this card is the fear. This card is the root of the fear, the root cause of the fear. Where does the fear come from? And this card is the way forward. And this is how we can overcome the fear and just move forward with courage. So as you're doing this for yourself, of course, you'll use your own favorite deck and your own layout, but it's just 3 cards. And we're going to flip the first one over. Now, this deck is unique in that it doesn't go by the traditional tarot suits. So we have the imps. This is wands. And this is the 9 of wands. And what this card would tell me is the fear is of achieving, of being seen. But then also too, we're afraid of, being judged. There's the dark and the light, right? There's each card has, we have the shadow and we have the light in all of us. And so does each card. Each card has its shadow side. So the positive side of this card is about achievement. And, we're almost there. We're getting there. Sometimes it's easy to be afraid of our own success and what that will look like. I think a lot of people And I felt this myself at times. I think, what if I get so many clients that I can't actually handle it? And that's a big fear for people, fear of success. A lot of people are afraid of having lots of money because then people might try to take it from them. So there's all sorts of things that we can be afraid of. And when it comes to our success, a lot of people are actually afraid of that. But this card is a great reminder to have courage, to recover from whatever it is that's happened in the past that is creating these thoughts for you and these blocks in moving forward. And just remember that, the hard things that we go through, they make us stronger. They really do. And a lot of times the only thing in our way is our limiting beliefs and our conditioning and our programming. So you don't need to be afraid of the story you're telling yourself. You can write yourself a new story, and that includes, I am successful. I did it. I accomplished it. Whatever it is, you can write yourself a new story. And so the second card here is the Root, the Knight of Imps. This is, I would say this is about somebody who's really tried a bunch of things before, kind of shot out of the gate on a project. It didn't work. It burned up. It went up in flames. And that has kind of left you gun shy to try anything new for yourself. And this could be in your relationships. This could be in your business. If you have a business, this could be in just your own personal feelings about yourself. I know there's lots of times we try things and they just don't work. And we need to summon up some courage in order to keep going forward and to try again, maybe from a different angle. A great example is I was on Instagram for a long, long time and it just wasn't working. And I hated it. I was fighting every single day with Instagram. And I decided just to have some courage and just start doing YouTube videos. And here we are. So that's, it's sometimes we just need to change what we're doing. And I just came off of a coaching call, and that was part of the conversation, is if what you're doing isn't working, it's okay to try something different. Just because it's working for a whole lot of other people doesn't necessarily mean it works for you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that your audience is there. So if it's not working, don't be afraid to try something else. Just because a lot of people, there's someone I know, a young man that I know, told me that at a school dance, he asked a girl to dance. She said no, and he decided he'd never ask another girl to dance ever again. Yeah, that's not how we should go through life. So that's this kind of energy here. As I said to him, it's probably a good thing she said no, because you may have dodged a bullet. So, she could be crazy for all we know and make your life miserable. So it's probably a good thing she turned you down. So sometimes we get redirected. Sometimes when things don't work out, it's because they're not meant to, that there's something else that is more aligned that we're meant to be doing. And it's okay to try new things. Just keep trying things until you find the thing that works and that sticks, whether it's a relationship or a platform or a business idea, whatever it is. It's okay to try more than one thing. And you can try more than one thing at the same time and see what sticks. And now the way forward. We're not going to read reversals on this. And so the 7 of Cups. Our 7s are always about experience, the experience that we're gaining, the experiences we are having, and the experiences we've had in the past. And I'm just going to prop this one up because the light is shining on it. There we go. And so whenever we're talking about this sort of thing, I always remind my clients to go back to past experiences where the feelings were familiar and similar, and see what we can bring forward from that. If you have failure after failure after failure, but somewhere in the past there is a great, tremendous success, go back to that and see if you can reproduce what was going on at that time. And see, this is how we are going to overcome the fear, is by recognizing that failure is not fatal. And that, to date, we have survived everything that has come our way. and to always, go back to things that worked and bring those things forward with us. And it might be, a way of life. It might be a diet. It might be, an exercise regime. It might be a way of communicating. It could be all kinds of things. But go back in your past and see what worked and see how you felt. Our ghosts represent the cups in the tarot. So these are about our emotions. So this is about how we felt, because we tend to create a lot from our feelings, because what we do is we actually chase feelings. People are like, I want a sports car, which sounds very materialistic, but it's not the sports car. It's the way we're going to feel sitting and driving that sports car. That's what we're chasing, is that feeling. And so go back in your life to moments where you felt successful, like you felt things were working, you felt things were going well, and tap into that energy and really explore that situation in that time of your life and see if you can figure out what it was that worked. And that's what's going to guide you through this. And sometimes it's a reframe. Sometimes it's a pep talk. Sometimes it's just, blood, sweat, and tears. Whatever it is that was working, it's okay to revisit that and bring it forward, because that's what the compound effect is. Like, we don't just achieve success and then discard it and start from scratch. We achieve that success and then we build on it. So there's definitely a lot of interesting things going on here. So that is the Face Your Fears tarot spread. Remember, this is the fear of what's currently holding you back or blocking you. This is the root cause. This is where the fear comes from, the deeper source of the fear. And this is the way forward. And this is how we overcome the fear and, find our courage to move forward. And this is, our guidance on how to face and conquer the fear, because we need to overcome them. We need to overcome our fears, or else we just end up, frozen in our basements, in a panic for the rest of our lives. And, we don't want that for you. So I'm going to put the spread layout in the description of this video. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Click like on all the things. Click all the little hearts, because we're here for all the love. If we haven't met yet, my name is Avril. I am a professional tarot reader. If you're new here, welcome. I can't wait to get to know you. And if we are old friends, thank you for joining me again. Please leave a comment. Let me know you were here. I do reply to everybody. And this is the beginning of the Halloween Samhain festivities on my channel. So these are going to go right through to October 31st. And then we will switch over to our November plans and programming. Have a beautiful and magical day, everybody.